Hey there friends, Nibs again, out here in the garage tonight, doing a little bit of goofing around. It is a great night. Oh, got a ice storm bearing down on us, so it's a great night to stay indoors. Thankful for my heated garage. But we're going to take a look at the new Pinty Striker. You guys have seen me do a range visit video with this one already. Shot really well. This one is actually in 25 cal. They do offer it in a 22 cal as well, but the one that I got from them is a, over just a little bit here, get my bearings on my, the one that I have is a 25 cal. Let's take a look at it. We're going to do a full shot string on it, some trigger pulls, see how it is. Everything is straight out of the box stock. The only thing that isn't stock is I added a Big Air Precision moderator, Big Air Precision barrel band, and we're going to be using both stock and Big Air Precision magazines to run through the shot count. So I have it topped off right there. You can see the needle right up at the red. You know, using my Caldwell G2 chronograph. You guys have seen me shoot this one a lot. This is the Pinty Thumper. Very similar, but a little bit smaller scale. The tube smaller, the barrel shorter, so a little less shot count. But that one's in 22 caliber, only available in 22 caliber. Be kind of cool if they would release that in a 177 as well. I think that would be a great combo there. But like I said, this one is available in 22 and 25 caliber. I already had the Thumper in 22, so I figured I'd get the 25 caliber. So the lightest, I don't have a ton of 25 caliber pellets. I probably have 10 or 12 different kinds, but these Hotson Vortex are the lightest pellets I have so far, so I chose those as far as the chronograph readings. They're 24.7 grains. So I have the two Pinty magazines loaded up, and they're not bad magazines, but those are only 8-shot. And then I have the two Big Air Precision magazines loaded up with the same pellets as well, and they're 9 shots. So to run through all 4 of these, I'll have 34 shots. I don't think that's going to get us down to below the reg, but we'll see how we go. So we're going to run through this first, because I don't want to shoot it and waste a shot running across the chronograph. But once we get down low, then we'll work on doing some trigger pulls. We'll do a 3-shot. Like I said, I have done nothing to this gun other than the couple of mods that I mentioned already. So let's go ahead and get started. And I do have my chronograph app running and the screen capture going. So we've got 854 feet per second with 40 foot-pounds of energy. So that's pretty impressive. 49, 850, 852, 849. And these do have last round hold open, so 853. So if we give it a few seconds in between shots, I think we'll get a little more, let the regulator top back off again. So that's 7. Should be the last one of this mag. And 849 again. And last round hold open. So far we've got a spread of 5. Standard deviation of 2. All right, let's keep going. This is the second stock mag. 852. 849. 853. Like I said, I want to give it a few seconds in between shots to let the regulator top back off again. 851. You notice when I was shooting a little faster, we started getting those 849s. 854, like the first shot. 856, going up. What's up with that? Let's see how we're doing here. Oh yeah, we've only used about a quarter, maybe a quarter of the green. Okay, that was one more shot. 850. So we ended up with a going up a little bit there for a couple of shots. That is interesting. All right around that 40 foot-pounds of energy though. All right. The next 9 shots. 849. 855. Wow, 857, that's a new high. 855. And it's pretty quiet for as thumping as this thing is. That Big Air Precision's really making a difference. 853. 850. 854. 853, is that the last one? One more. And, ooh, 848, that's a new low. All right, let's see how we're doing on air here. All right, we are about halfway through the green. All right, let's do another 9. 858, I think that's a new high. 851. 851. 850. Another 850, so we still have a spread of only 10. That's pretty awesome. Another 848. 849. 845. Is that the last shot? No, one more. All right. So 848. So we might start to be getting to the bottom of the reg. Our gauge didn't move at all. Let me fill up another mag and we'll keep on rolling. I think we might be just getting to the bottom of the reg though. if that's the case, I'll just finish up this mag and then we'll move on to the rest of our discussion. I've really become spoiled by the way that these mags load up here. Other similar magazines from Maple Custom Mags, and I believe Carm makes mags similar to that, and Big Air Precision. All right, so looked like we were starting to roll off there. 848. 840. 835. So yeah, we're definitely rolling off. But I would call that probably 35 shots on the regulator for a 25 cal doing 40 foot-pounds of energy. That's pretty awesome. 820. 818. 816. And that's the last one. So 43 shots above 800 feet per second. I'm not going to continue on. You can see right there, we're still well in the green. But we are definitely rolling off the reg. I don't know what the regulator's set for, but I'm guessing it's probably, let's see. So that's right at 100 bar right there. 250 bar is 3,500, 35, 3650, I think it is. I don't know how to convert bar to PSI, but I'll have to figure that out. But that's pretty awesome right there. Let's go ahead and take the mag out. No mag in there. And we'll do some trigger pulls here. But I really think that Pinty Big Air Precision suppressor is really doing a great job. It wasn't super loud out at the range, but I can imagine it here in the garage, it would be quite a bit louder. Stop that and stop the screen capture here. Okay. Do 3 trigger pulls, and then we'll wrap it on up. All right, let me clear that. Okay, 1 pound, 10 ounces. One pound, 13 ounces. I don't know why every once in a while it wasn't catching. I don't know, but it was showing like a 4 pound. So let's start over again. I want to do a three pull average, but for whatever reason it wasn't. All right, let's clear it. That's not right. I read in like 2.5 pounds. All right, 2 pounds. We're going to start over. Whatever we get on this go here is what we get. for whatever reason, when I hang it off to the side, it's catching. It doesn't catch when let me see if I can do it straight up and down. It's really strange. I can't see my... I don't know if you remember when I was at the range, I was having trouble shooting it with gloves on as well. There we go, 1 pound, 7 ounces. I don't know, it's 1 pound, 1.5 pounds. For whatever reason, it's not catching when I'm just... I wonder... I don't know. I don't know what's going on. When I pull it up to my shoulder and just pull the trigger, it's nice and light and crisp. But for whatever reason, it's catching whenever I try to use the... It kind of looks like right where the actual trigger knob can catch on. So when you push the safety through the trigger, it hits against a little raised area right there. And even with the safety pushed in, with it pulled just right. Yeah, so I could see what I was doing. It was, even though I had it tilted this way, when I was putting the trigger gauge in there, I was pulling up on it, and it was causing that the little edge of the safety to catch on that land that it's supposed to stop the trigger from being pulled when the safety is engaged, if that makes sense. So nothing wrong with the gun, just a little quirk when you try to shoot it with a trigger pull gauge. It was and that explains a lot why I couldn't get it to pull when I was out at the range with gloves on, because I was probably pulling a little bit into the trigger more than I normally would have. But we live and learn, and I think it's a great gun nonetheless. Really cool, very budget friendly, and we're going to definitely be getting this out to the range more. We'll be putting this head to head up against the Thumper, and I think it'll be a really good comparison. They're both great shooters. I really love that Thumper. It is a absolute gem of a shooter for a very budget price. So hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.